how's it going, everybody?
And once again, we're doing that stupid thing that we do at the beginning of every episode,
Yeah.
where we yell,
Yeah.
because that is what people like, apparently.
No, this is a shitty intro. We're starting over.
No, we're not.
Yes, we are.
don't. When
Why?
we start recording, that is what's in.
Okay, fuck!
We're uncensored, unedited, raw.
Okay, so today,
I have the popcorn like all in my teeth.
it's a very special day because we're going to be talking about one of our favorite bands, Pearl Jam. The Jam of Pearl.
Wow, good one.
I'm funny.
Today we're going to be discussing Pearl Jam, their records, their band members, their history. Everything to do with them we will be talking about. So shut up and listen.
Frontman, Eddie Vedder. Bass, Jeff Ament. Guitar, Stone Gossard and Mike McCready. And on the drums, currently, is Matt Cameron. But
Absolutely.
was David Bruzies. And before him, Cruisin'.
Wasn't there another guy at some point too? You know Dave Grohl actually drummed with them for a show?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Like right in between Foo Fighters and Nirvana period. He drummed with
Oh.
them. Or not, I don't know if it was a show or just a song or something,
Oh, that's sweet.
but this is something that's always fought about in the Pearl Jam world. The drummers.
Yes, the drummers.
Do you like Matt Cameron, who's a legendary drummer?
Soundgarden.
Soundgarden, yeah. He's a legendary drummer, but a lot of people prefer David Bruzies.
I personally prefer David Bruzies because
Yeah.
of his wild nature. He was a very spontaneous drummer with booming fills.
He like when you hear him drum, it doesn't sound like anybody else. Like there's
No.
something really him about his drumming.
Totally.
And like just the flow and the groove
Yeah.
of his playing.
He never skips a beat. It's just constantly.
He plays the whole
Intertwined.
song. He doesn't even like take a break in the middle of the song. Like
Yeah. When I hear David Bruzies drum a song, it's like as he's drumming, he's thinking about the whole song and how it all pieces together. He's not thinking about what he's doing right then. It's masterful.
I guess so.
Which is why,
Is that camera messing up? It keeps making noises.
for those of you listening on SoundCloud, we record this show and also post it on YouTube, which is why Connor was talking about a camera.
Yep.
But what was I saying? Oh, yeah. Which is why I personally believe that Versus and Vitology are two of Pearl Jam's best albums, and those are both albums that David Bruzies drummed on.
Exactly. Like, is there a connection there? Are
Yeah.
those albums so good because of him? David Bruzies did actually write the song "Go." He wrote the whole song, which is one of my favorite songs.
Which is an
of theirs.
amazing song.
Yeah. Because one of the things about Pearl Jam is every band member writes. Writes. I'm still 13. A lot of bands, it's just the vocalist or vocalist guitarist. But in Pearl Jam, one song's written by one guy, one song's written by another guy, you know?
Yeah.
And every band member's written at least one classic song.
It's got to be because like literally all the members of Pearl Jam had successes in other places,
Yeah.
like before they were Pearl Jam. And so they're all like just creative powerhouses, right? So when you bring them all together, they just make this amazing project.
Yeah, because Eddie was in this band beforehand called Bad Radio in, I think, San Diego, which
Yeah.
didn't get big, but he had experience. And,
Yeah.
like, they had some success. And I think Mike McCready was in some hair metal band.
Mm-hmm.
And then Stone and Jeff played in two big Seattle bands.
Yeah.
Who am I forgetting?
You're forgetting.
Oh, yeah, then Matt Cameron,
Yeah.
Soundgarden, and
Yeah.
David Bruzies. Wait, I don't know where he came from.
Yeah. And then obviously before Pearl Jam, they were all in Temple of the Dog together,
Yeah.
which kind of brought it all together.
Yeah.
Brought it all happening. Yeah, well, I guess let's just start talking about some of their music.
So how about this? What is your favorite Pearl Jam record of all time?
Hmm.
Very tough question. I don't know if I can answer it because...
I can answer it.
Okay, so what is it?
Versus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd probably say that too.
I think that's like the easy choice because it's just such a good
Well, no,
album.
that easy choice would be 10. Everyone would say 10.
No, I don't. Well, yeah. I mean, well, the easy choice is 10 if you don't listen to Pearl Jam. Like, if you only listen to 10,
Because it's where all the hits are off.
then that's the easy answer. But if you listen to Pearl Jam and you know all their albums, then I think Versus is the good answer. But, I mean, it's not just the good answer. It is true, I think. Cause
yeah,
it's just,
our opinion is actually true.
yeah.
It's a fact.
No, I think every song on that album is good except for WMA.
Just gonna say
Yeah,
that.
I think it's called WMA. It just has a weird. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of the intro.
What are your
part.
favorite songs off that record?
Probably Animal.
Animal, Go.
Yeah, I like Go. Well,
I love Go.
I love Go. I just don't know if it's my favorite. One of my favorites on the album.
What? It's one of my favorite songs of all time.
Go. Silence has been way too long.
You know, I need to look at the track list.
Dissonance.
I'm gonna look at the.
Okay,
I need to like open up my Pearl Jam library.
I couldn't think of the song name, but Dissidents or whatever.
Dissident.
Yeah, Dissident.
A dissident.
Yeah,
is
Dissident.
here.
Yeah. Animal, Dissident. You know, it's weird. Like all my favorite songs are like right in a row, and then also,
I'm pulling up my iTunes. Here.
glorified version of a parallel. Yeah, glorified G. Yeah, Animal, glorified G, and
this
Dissident.
is way too long to answer.
Yeah, I know. We're gonna have to redo this thing. I think
Yeah.
that was me. No, it wasn't me.
On the show, we like to look at our phones and screw
Okay, we're
around.
cutting all this shit out. This is all
No,
gonna
we're not.
cut
That would be an
easily.
editing nightmare for me. It's all staying in.
No, it's getting cut
Are you
out.
kidding me? You know how hard that would be to edit?
Are you kidding me? I don't want people to see this shit.
No, that's part of our deal here, man.
That we just include everything?
Yeah.
All right, people, you're going to get the real us all the time.
Yeah.
Unfiltered.
Okay, so what's the crappiest PJ record?
Crappiest
Because
PJ record.
I like at least 3 songs off of every record they put out.
Oh, I know what
So there's not like one record that I would.
No, I know.
You know.
I know what the shittiest one is. The Avocado.
Self-titled.
Yeah. Just the Pearl Jam album. I just call it Avocado because
Everyone does.
yeah, it's bad. It's really bad. I don't think there's one song off that album that I like, but everything else is just
You know which one?
yeah. It's
Worldwide Suicide.
no, it's not. It's what's
I like
it
the
called?
song Gone. I like the song Come Back, and I like the song Inside Job.
Yeah, I was gonna say Gone. Gone is a good song, but everything else, it's just not good. I mean, I feel like it was a weird time for Pearl Jam. I think just that year.
You know why I think it was so bad? Because that was the same period that Eddie did his solo record.
Oh,
So I think he was writing 2 times as much music.
right.
So obviously he couldn't like cut off the crappy songs because he needed so much music.
Yeah.
That's why I would never want to be in like do 2 projects at once.
I mean, I think that like the year that album was released, 2006, it was kind of a weird year for rock music. To like, it was like in a transitional period from like
Yeah, like when I think about that year, I can't really pinpoint a certain like sound that was really popular.
yeah,
Like what
'Cause
were
we were exiting like the White Stripes phase, and we were like entering this kind of new phase of rock music, which is like basically confusion. So you're kind of stuck in the middle, and that's when that record was released. And I feel like they were trying out a different sound, and they were trying to go for something, which, you know, bands need to experiment. But I just feel like that record was probably their weakest.
What about Lightning Bolt, their latest record, which has been out for like 5 years now?
Yeah.
Like, there's got to be a new record soon.
Yeah.
But because that's a very like controversial album. A lot of people love it. A lot of people
Yeah.
hate it because it sounds nothing like their
No,
early
it
music at
doesn't.
all.
This is probably an unpopular opinion, but I actually like it. I think it's fine.
It's not. Well, I don't think it's unpopular.
No.
No, I love it. And when I first discovered Pearl Jam, I listened to 10 and Lightning Bolt.
Yeah.
Their first record and their
Well,
newest
I
record.
introduced you to Pearl Jam.
Yeah. But those were the 2 records I listened to because I wanted to hear their classic and their new thing.
Yeah.
And there was a time where I was like, yeah, these are 2 great
Yeah.
records. Like I never.
No, like Lightning Bolt, because the first time I saw Pearl Jam in concert, it was their Lightning Bolt tour. And so they obviously played a ton of songs from there. And they're really good live. And so I picked up the album after that. Because before I had only listened to their older stuff. Then I saw them perform those songs live. And I picked up the album. And I really enjoyed it. I mean, there's like a few songs, like more mellow songs that I think are really heartfelt and well put together, like Sirens. And I really like the song Mind Your Manners, a really sweet banger.
Yeah.
Sleeping by Myself was like really It was like an acoustic kind of one of those songs that you just like,
Like, kill yourself too.
Yeah. Every album, like, every big rock album has like that one acoustic song that people relate to, like Time of Your Life off of Nimrod by Green Day. And
it's kind of like a rock cliche. You have the acoustic song. And I'm even going to do that in our band. Like, I'm going to put an acoustic song on the end of our next album.
Yeah.
But, so most people say the 90s records are a lot better, which I would agree with.
I would also
put out
agree
way
with
more
that.
albums in the 90s.
Yeah. I mean, also just anything that has the little two numbers 90 next to it, I just immediately like more because, we're just unoriginal and want everything to be the 90s. No, but it's true. It's true. The best albums are from the 90s.
Because I think my top 3 records are Versus. I can't decide. I guess I can't decide if I like 10 or Vitology more. I guess 10.
Yeah, I put Versus, then 10, then Vitology.
Yeah.
That's what I do. I love Vitology, but there's like sections of that album that are weaker. Like just like, like it has like it will be like 3 really great songs and like one kind of iffy one. And then another 2 really good ones, and then 1 iffy. Like, but I feel like 10
probably.
Like,
I need to look at that track list.
I feel like 10
remember.
just like the whole track list is just all pretty much good.
Yeah,
And I think 10 flows really, really good.
Yeah, I do really like it when a record flows properly. Yeah, there's a big chunk of songs at the end of that album I don't really like.
Yeah, that's like what I kind of meant. It's like a patchy
Last
album.
Exit's a great song.
Yeah.
Not For You's a great angry song. Nothing Man's a nice sad song that I listen to when I'm sad. Immortality is a nice sad song. Very sad.
I don't mind it when albums are patchy. Like they have, a lot of good songs and some bad ones. That's fine. But I think when we're ranking like the best albums, the ones that should go ahead are the ones that just you listen to the album and you feel like you're listening to like a story because they all flow together. And 10, like if you just sit and listen to that whole album, it's just like each song is like
originally 3 of the songs were a story together because Eddie made a demo tape with 3 of those songs and they were like a trilogy of songs which were telling a story. So I think that whole record has that vibe to it.
Yeah.
But Eddie Vedder's an awful singer. No, he's a great singer.
No.
A lot of people love to make fun of him, though, and I did when I didn't like Pearl Jam.
Yeah. Also, here's something to point out is that oftentimes when people copy you, you're doing something good. And there's been a lot of Pearl Jam copies.
Oh, I could go on about this forever.
Yeah. And which is just
the
proof.
entire 2000s was Pearl Jam copy bands.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Which is just proof that they were doing something like revolutionary.
You got Creed,
amazing.
you got Stained, you got
Creed,
Default.
Stained. Yeah.
You got
like those
Seether.
bands like are literally their success is just built off their song coming on the radio and people going, "Is this Pearl Jam?"
Exactly. That's like the rudest
I know
thing you can do to a man like me.
Yeah. It's like I feel like all of their traffic on their websites is just like people thinking that a song is Pearl Jam and then looking up the song name and then saying, "Oh, it's actually Creed."
Yeah. Well, because I don't know why they all copied his voice. Well, I just heard news today with arms wide open. Like, come on, you idiot. Creed garbage. If you listen to Creed, get off our show.
Yeah. If you listen to Creed, we don't want you to see this. We don't want you to watch any of our videos. Leave now.
I mean, can you like shut that off on our show?
Ding, ding,
like
ding.
It's like using your phone during the show is like it's insulting, frankly.
Wasn't even my phone.
Wasn't my phone. My ringer is off. So what do you think about Pearl Jam live? Because they're like one of the most like
Have you seen Pearl Jam live?
Not in person. Because they have come here one time since I've been a fan of theirs.
I have seen Pearl Jam live, and it was amazing. Eddie Vedder drank 2 bottles of wine. Can you stop texting your fucking girlfriend on our podcast?
I'm not texting. I'm looking at Pearl Jam songs so I can remember them.
If Connor's girlfriend is watching this, I don't dislike.
Thank you.
I don't dislike you. What was I saying before you so rudely interrupted me?
I was going on about how you rudely interrupted the show.
Oh, yeah. Eddie Vedder drank 2 bottles of wine at the concert I was at and got really drunk and played until the stadium had to kick them off. They literally turned the lights on mid-song because Pearl Jam had been playing for so long.
At a festival?
No, it was just at the Saddle Dome here in...
Really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they do play for eight hours.
No, like, so they left. They walked off the stage, came back for an encore, and then the encore lasted like 6 songs, and they weren't supposed to do that. And so the Saddle Dome literally turned the lights on, like the big bright lights, and in the middle of their song, and they just had to like stop and get off because they were just playing for too long. And it was so
that is
metal.
juicy.
Yeah. I will say though that it was kind of weird because in the middle of the concert, like
Eddie Vedder was drunk off his ass.
well, he was drunk, but he went on this weird tirade about the Middle East for like just like 5 minutes. Like he in between songs he was like, "We need to love each other, and there's war in the Middle East, but we just need to forget about it and love each other."
I agree with him, man.
And I was like,
Not being sarcastic.
I agree with him, but I was like,
shut up and play Jeremy.
yeah, shut up and play Jeremy. Clearly, I remember.
Well, that's like the main thing about why people hate Bono from U2.
Eating some bok choy. What?
Because like Bono from U2
Oh,
will
he
go
just
on like 20-minute
talks about
political
politics,
things during their shows.
Listen, I personally believe that musicians shouldn't use live concerts to like further their political agenda. I think if you want to do it on an
I think
album,
you should because it's your show and it's your art and it's an art thing and art is relevant to
no, I'm saying
reality.
if you want to do it on your album, that's fine. If you want to do it on whatever, like, you know, a recorded project, that's fine. But a live concert, people are paying money, you know, to see you. They're not paying to see you rant about politics. They're paying to see you play music. And so I'm not saying you can't do anything. It is your art. But I just think it's a little rude to people that are spending a ton of their money to see you live when you just
it's your show.
Yeah, I know it's your show, but people are paying for it.
So, like, that's your outlet. Music is for expression.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, they're not up there to be
I'm
your
saying
little puppet
if you want to make
slave.
the message of your song something, fine. You're right. Music is for expression. But the time in between songs, that's when you go like, you know, you talk
How
to the
you
crowd.
doing? This is my favorite
No.
city to perform in. You guys doing all right? Rock and
No,
roll,
I'm saying
man.
you have like a real conversation with the crowd. Like, you know, you're like, you know, what's up, and like, you get down on the knees and you talk to the people in the front row, and you do some, not go like, oh, the current political situation in America is just absolutely reprehensible. Like, it's just people aren't paying to see that.
I don't like this like entitlement thing about audiences. Like, you're in their zone. Anyway, Eddie Vedder is really cool at climbing the stage and stage diving.
He is. The
Love watching him do
background on
that.
my phone is him at Pink Pop 92.
No, it's not.
Swinging from the rafters.
He did not swing from the rafters during that show.
Oh no, he jumped from the jib
Camera.
the jib crane camera thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eddie Vedder has a crappy singing voice as of 2009.
Yeah, I actually dislike his voice recently. A lot of singers that happens to. I'm gonna bring up a rapper just as an example, but Eminem, for example, sounds so different. Like his first 3 records, you know, he has that classic Eminem voice. Now he sounds like someone stuffed a towel in his mouth, and he's trying to rap like that. I mean, people's voices change, and they just don't sound as good. And you know, you kind of miss that nostalgic sound.
Well, yeah, I mean, everyone's
Eddie
voice
Vedder's
changed.
one of those.
It's weird because there's certain people whose voices change a million times. There's certain people whose voices are the same their entire career. Eddie sounds great now still.
Yeah,
but his voice is quite different from how it was.
Yeah.
His voice kind of changed like in the mid 2000s, actually.
I wouldn't say he has a bad singing voice now.
No,
it's just different.
Yeah. I think he still sounds great, though. I mean,
Yeah.
there's certain people whose voices literally are unlistenable now, and I don't
Yeah.
know why. Like Tom from Blink-182.
Oh yeah.
Like, he's so bad live.
Well,
I mean, he's not in the band
Well,
anymore.
yeah, I
but-
was about to say, check your facts there, because Tom DeLonge hasn't been
I
in
know.
Blink-182 in the past 4
I'm
years.
just saying who he is. In fact, I know all about that whole thing.
Now it's Matt Skidoo.
Ski boat. Matt Skidoo.
Matt Skidoo. Oh. So, I guess we'll just sit here in silence because Connor's staring at his laptop.
No, I'm not.
What do you think about the album Yield?
I think Yield is a great record. Pearl Jam, it was kind of weird because their first 3 records had a lot of hit songs. Like obviously, 10 had all those hits. Versus had 2 hits, I think. Metallica had Better Man, which is one of their biggest songs ever. I feel like I'm gonna throw up right now. I got mucus like going in my mouth.
What the heck?
And then they didn't have a hit for. Last hit was 90. Yeah, they didn't have a hit for like 15 years.
I also think it's interesting if you look at the ratings. 10 went in the U.S. went diamond, 13 times platinum.
Holy crap!
Versus was 7 times platinum. Vitology 5 times platinum. No Code was platinum. Yield was platinum, and then right after Yield, nothing goes platinum.
Mm-hmm.
It's gold, Riot Act gold, Pearl Jam gold, Backspacer gold, Lightning Bolt gold. So like
there were still hit singles though, like
yeah,
Sirens was a big hit. Just Breathe off Backspacer was their biggest hit ever. That was 2009.
Mm-hmm.
Like that song's bigger than anything. It's the biggest song of all time.
So like it's interesting. I think Yield was their last like buzz album. Like people were in the Pearl Jam buzz, and it went platinum. People were going crazy.
Well, yeah, but it's partially because of, as we talked about, how rock music doesn't really do as well in the mainstream with most bands.
All right, and we're back from our break.
Absolutely, we are. That is the truth right now. Pearl Jam, another interesting thing about them is they have the world record for most live albums. And they literally put out a live album of almost every show they play.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, so you can literally go back and have your concert you saw on like a vinyl, or you can just listen to it on iTunes. Because I got the Calgary show on here.
Oh, really?
Which I wasn't at, but
I was.
It's cool. I know you were. You love the fact that you were there.
I know I do.
I can't wait till we talk about bands I've been to their shows. Upon.
Yeah.
So I can show off. But Pearl Jam, I think a lot of their songs are actually better live.
I think so too.
I would rather listen to 9K. Anything live 1994 is so good. Besides
the fact that whenever they play an album or a song off the album 10, it's super sped up and sounds really
nowadays.
Weird. Yeah.
Yeah, don't listen to 10 songs live now. I don't know why they play them so fast.
You know, like Why Go is like do 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 do. But when they play it live, it's like da 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 da.
They don't do that for any other record. Just 10.
Just 10.
So don't listen to any like modern versions of any 10 songs live.
Yeah.
I love it.
What do you think about Binaural?
Binaural. That record was all bad, but 4 great songs. Light Years, Nothing As It Seems, Thin Air, and Parting Ways. It's a very like moody, dark record. No hard rock songs on it at all.
Here's a fun little thing. Me and Connor were walking around looking for records one day because we're little alternative fucks. And we walked into this little old shop that had a bunch of records. And the owner, who was kind of unhinged, started talking to us about random crap until he went to the back and brought out a sealed copy of Binaural. That is worth $300.
Yeah,
because
vinyl was not being pressed a whole lot around that period of time.
Yes, so there's very few amount of those vinyl presses of that album, and especially sealed from that year. And so he said it could go for anywhere between $300 and $500, which was quite interesting.
Yes. That is your fun little thing of the day.
Fun little thing of the day.
Now, a very controversial record of Pearl Jam is No Code.
Yes.
which
no chode.
yeah, really funny today. So they go from Vitology, hard rock and grunge record, to
Yes.
No Code, which is like this weird acoustic kind of like
Yeah.
atmospheric record
Yeah.
for most of the songs. And a lot of people hate it. People hated it when it came out. You know, it angered all the angry little kids that wanted angry, grungy music.
Yeah.
But I love it.
There's a lot of songs on this album that only have Eddie Vedder. Like he's just singing and it's acoustic.
Yeah.
It's like they left out half the band.
There's
for a lot
yeah.
of it.
And there's a lot of it's totally different, and I think they purposely wanted to do something different because they'd done 3 records of kind of the same kind of vibe, and they wanted to change it up, and they made No Code,
Yeah.
and they got hated on for it.
I think it's interesting if you look at the length of a lot of Pearl Jam's albums. They tend to stay pretty consistently around the 50-minute mark, which is pretty long for, commercial albums. I mean, nowadays a lot of albums are only like 30, 35 minutes. And to have such success with that long of albums, I think, is just proof that there's a lot of substance there.
Mm-hmm. Now, I'm wondering why Pearl Jam don't have a new record, because last record was 2013, so 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So it's been about 5 years since that record came out. Where's the new album?
Controversial opinion.
They shouldn't make a new record because they suck now.
No, I don't know if I want a new Pearl Jam record, because if you make the comparison of Pearl Jam to a boxer, for example, what boxers do is when they get old and they are probably going to stop fighting soon, they fight a really easy opponent to like go out on a win, and then they retire, and people remember them well because they had a win to end it off. And so I feel like Pearl Jam, when they came out with Lightning Bolt, it was a good album, but like that is their like ending easy fight to go out on a win. Because if they went out on Lightning Bolt, I wouldn't be mad because that's a good album. But
What
if
if the next album's going to be better?
yeah, but there's a really good chance that it could suck, and then I don't want that to happen, because then I would remember Pearl Jam with a bad taste in my mouth. But I want to remember Pearl Jam as good.
So you want a band who's probably going to be together for at least 20 more years to never put out another record.
No, I'm just making the argument that.
No, I mean, I get that. I mean, you definitely do want to go out on a great record, but disappearing is stupid. I mean, a lot of bands did that, like System of a Down, no new record in, I don't even know how long, over 10 years, because they put out so many great records that they don't want to do a new one, I guess.
They just don't want to.
And then
ruin
Rage
it.
Against the Machine, they got back together for about 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
They made no new album. So I think a lot of bands are afraid of making something new because they don't want to stain their perfect past.
Yeah.
Which I can get that. Like, I'd rather, like have that kind of perfect group of records. But Pearl Jam shouldn't do that. Look at this guy texting on the show.
I'm not. I'm looking up something about Pearl Jam.
Sure you are.
Idiot.
That is like, I don't agree. I think it's bollocks what you said.
I'm like 90% sure that I'm high on cocaine at the time. My cord hasn't been
Yeah.
in its proper position.
Anyway, plums. Like, can we talk about plums for a minute?
Yes.
Like, they don't taste good, but plum sauce tastes good.
Yeah.
So why?
Plum sauce is one of the best sauces.
Yeah.
I love it.
So why do the sauces of fruits taste good, but the fruit is gross? I don't even like tomatoes. Tomato soup, I love. Ketchup, I love. Tomato chip.
Yeah, like I don't
no
enjoy
ketchup chips. I love, but I don't. Like tomatoes.
don't enjoy eating just raw tomato.
Yeah.
But I love tomato sauce. I love marinara sauce. I love ketchup chips. I love ketchup. I love, just things with tomatoes.
Yeah, but I don't like the fruit.
Yeah.
And this goes back to Pearl Jam, because Avocados, which is on the cover of their 2006 self-titled record,
Which is their worst album.
Yeah. I love avocados. But at the record
Stop
sucks.
saying it like that. Avocados.
It's an avocado.
Avocado.
No, I speak it with this little avocado.
Avocado.
Like Californian accent.
Anyway, we both love avocados.
Avocado.
But that album makes me want to shit myself because it's so bad.
I just don't get how something I love so much can suck. But I like the record anyway.
Yeah.
Because, I just want to go up to Eddie and I just want to rip his hair out and eat it. Because he's got, like, such a cool look to him.
Can you guys tell that we
got
didn't
the
plan
long
what we'd
hair.
say in this episode yet?
Like, I loved his early 90s hair. It was so long and he looked like a lion. Then he had this little noodle cut. He had blonde hair in, like, 2002, 2003.
Yeah, I did know that.
Yeah, he looked so weird. And then he had this, like, mohawk in 2001.
Yeah.
And, like, Eddie's a good-looking guy,
Yeah.
but not with that.
If you've
Now
ever,
he's got kind of like...
if you've ever been to a Pearl Jam concert, Stone Gossard he doesn't try.
Stone
to look-
Gossard looks like a dad.
He doesn't try and look good. He came out with like his long brown hair, like these Ozzy Osbourne circular glasses. He was wearing just wearing a green shirt. It wasn't like a nice green either. It was just like this like drabby like muck swamp of green. And he was wearing some like old tattered jeans. And he just like looked like he was like someone's dad.
Kind of like Shrek's skin.
He just looked like someone's dad that wandered onto the stage and was like, am I playing? Oh, this is nice.
I used to play guitar when I was in high school.
Yeah, I could show you a few ditties over here.
Yeah, so anyway, Pearl Jam, great band, one of the best bands of all time. We love them.
My favorite band.
Gotta see them live
Ever.
when they come back to Calgary. And is your favorite band ever?
Yes.
Interesting.
Pearl Jam is my favorite band.
I can pick a favorite band. Anyway, I think we should wrap the show up like you would wrap up leftover food after dinner.
Yes. And just to remind everybody, this segment of our show
Is brought to you by...
or this type of show is not a review. It's just a discussion about a band.
Yeah, we're not Anthony Fantano.
Please
Fantuan.
suggest what band you would like us to discuss, and we will have a hopefully civil discussion about that band and what we think about it and what good experiences we've had with it and what bad experiences we had with it. So
And then hopefully we will talk about bands that one of us likes, one of us doesn't like, and we will get all angry at each other.
Correct.
For half an hour. Or 40 whatever minutes. Because this episode ran later than it should have.
enjoy the rest of your day, everybody, and don't get hit by a car.
All right, you guys. Please bundle up when you go outside. It is a chilly one. Have a good day and love your mother.